Lengthy is the term that has been taking over the FIFA community ever since the beginning of FIFA 23 Ultimate Team, and it has to do with gameplay, but what does it really mean? Well, it's one of the 3 different accelerate types that a player can have, and based on the chemistry style that you add to a player, it can change from one to the other. But ever since the beginning of FIFA 23, Lengthy has been ridiculously overpowered, and with the new title update, that has all changed. And since that has changed, the market has changed. Some cards have skyrocketed up in price, and some, especially the Lengthy boys, have crashed hard. Let's go ahead and hop into it, as well as talking about our current Inform investments, how you guys can make coins this weekend, the new Path to Glory Team 2 that is coming out on Friday, and more. But let's start with talking about the middle Cantona. That has been one of the best icons this year. As you can see, is about 1.5 million coins, a little bit above that. And if you asked me, Elite, what do you think his price was yesterday, and I had just looked at this, I would have told you, I don't know, 1.6 million? No, his price yesterday was 2.3 million coins. And the reason that he has absolutely crashed is because, well, everybody would use him as a Lengthy player with an architect on him. But now, since Lengthy is not overpowered anymore, it has been nerfed very hard. That card is not as valuable. The most important aspect of a card now is explosive. That's what everybody's hyped up about. So if we take a look at an explosive player that has been commonly used in FIFA Ultimate Team this year, Ousmane Dembele, everybody uses this card as explosive because there's no other option. You cannot change him to Lengthy or controlled. But now that explosive is the OP accelerate feature, that card has gone from 196,000 coins. He was actually peaking at over 250,000 coins today. That is a quick turnaround. And quite honestly, I've never actually seen these cards move so much based on a gameplay adjustment, based on a gameplay nerf. I've never seen the market react the way it has today, which is absolutely crazy. But in good news, we have a lot of investments that we've made earlier in the week that are working out very well. And the first one is Teo Hernandez. This card we got for no more than 163,000 coins. We got a lot of them for around 150,000 coins. And we've got 17 of those cards. So we have 17 Teo Hernandez cards, and that card was going to go up regardless. We know that was going to go up because informs have followed that trend, especially those that are very meta, very easy to link, like Teo Hernandez is. But we got a little bit of help from Franck Ribéry because he is in Serie A and also French. And although he is a bit expensive, a lot of people have been going out and doing him, similar to Keane, where they've been going out and doing that SBC. And you can see it kind of pushed up Hernandez another 5 to 10,000 coins. He was sitting already at about 175,000 coins, and then right when that Ribéry came out, took a couple hours, he was up to 185,000 coins. So that helped the Teo Hernandez investment. But now, after a couple of days, and now that he's out of packs, we've got a great profit on the card. And the reason that he went up in price is because informs always hit a low point around the Saturday and Sunday mark every single week. It is pretty consistently the low point for informs. And right now, if we take a look at Hernandez, his cheapest card is 188K, but that might be an undercut, and it is. His cheapest is actually 193,000 coins. So if you're looking after tax at about 9,000 coins, 184K minus the 34K, that's how much we're making per card, is about 34,000 coins, maybe 30K, we'll round down. Times that by 17, well, that adds up to, I don't know, it's a lot of profit. 400K, something like that. I'm doing it all in my head. That's a great investment. So this week, we've got more Team of the Week cards that we want to look at, but we'll get into Path to Glory here in a second. The first one, Keane here, 86 rated. He's one of the special cards, or the special boost. You can see the star above the 86 means that he got an extra upgrade on his card, similar to how Bentancur was a couple weeks ago. And we made a decent bit of coins off Bentancur. So right now, Moise Keane is a great flip because of the division rival rewards. And although this has already happened, I want you guys to remember this for next week, where you can make investments as well, like I'm doing tonight, because we've done it every single week so far. Hopefully you guys have been catching on to division rival rewards trading. Normally, I'm really not selling any cards before division rival rewards. I'm always selling after, because the market rises in the hours following that. I always sell before content release later that day, because we get marquee matchups, which add supply to the market, and whatever EA want to drop that day, we don't risk it, but we do sell a few hours after those rewards. And Moise Keane got all the way down to about 65,000 coins right at the release of division rival rewards. But after the rewards have been out for a little bit, he's still rising. Oh my goodness. He's up to 75,000 coins. So he's up 10,000 coins. It's been about 40 minutes since he was 65K. So in 40 minutes, he has risen all the way up to 75K. If you bought at 65K, you're already making over 3K per card after tax. And every 1,000 coins he goes up from here on out is an extra 1,000 coins of profit. Darwin Nunez is probably following a similar trend, maybe not as extreme of a rise, but he was down at about 38,000 coins right before division rival rewards came out and in the minutes following, but now he is no longer 38,000 coins. But he hasn't quite risen as quickly as Moise Keane. We're still going to hold on to the Nunez cards that we have in our transfer list, because although he hasn't risen quite as steep as Moise Keane, he's only up about 1,000 coins as it seems right now. We'll give it a few hours, the supply will dwindle, but the demand will stay the same. We've just got to make sure we sell before content release at 6 p.m. UK. Next, we're going to talk about Path to Glory cards, and unfortunately, I missed a buy window because I was investing in those Teo Hernandez, and even though I had some coins left over, I didn't put them into Path to Glory cards. It seemed like those did hit that low point at a similar time as Teo Hernandez. So you could have invested either in informs or in those Path to Glory cards, and it would have worked out for you guys. Now, last time we saw a dynamic promo, the cards hit a low point on the Thursday and Friday. I don't expect the same thing to happen to these Path to Glory cards, but if you're holding on to any of them, I would stay a little bit alert about what happens today at 6 p.m. content, because last time when we saw that Valverde with this Road to the Knockout card, we can see what happened on the Thursday. This was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And the reason it's not following the same trend is because this was Wednesday. It took a big drop on that Wednesday. The biggest drop of all of them, actually. And we didn't see that on Wednesday this time. This time, they actually rose in price on the Wednesday, which makes me think we've probably already seen the low point for a lot of these Team 1 Path to Glory cards. But you also see there was an even bigger drop there on Thursday, not in terms of total drop, but it did go a lot lower on the Thursday. It stayed low on the Friday. So there could be another opportunity if you missed the first window, like me, to buy some cards maybe after 6 p.m. UK today and hold on to those until before their first match and sell on then into the hype. But you're probably not going to be getting the low point, because if we take a look at players like Griezmann, especially, France, very likely to go far in the tournament, at least one of the favorites too, we can see they hit a low point. That was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. They kind of hit the low point on Monday. You got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday at a low point, and then a nice little rise on Wednesday. Almost the opposite of what we've seen with the Road to the Knockout cards. And I think one of the biggest reasons for that change this time around is because the games are so much sooner this time around. In Road to the Knockouts, we knew we were going to have to wait for several matches to be played over the course of a few weeks. In this case, with these Path to Glory cards, well, the first match for these games, well, it happens in like 4 days now. So it's going to be a lot quicker of a turnaround on these profits, and we're going to see a huge rise and drop on every single game day for a card that is playing in that match, because if they lose a game, especially if they're supposed to win, they are going to drop heavy. There's going to be a lot of opportunities to make profit. And if you want to learn a little bit more in depth on how to trade with Path to Glories, check out the video that we uploaded last week all about trading with Path to Glories and dynamic cards. Now, one thing I don't want you guys to forget about is the fact that ones to watch cards do get upgraded when they win a match in the World Cup. So if we take Renato Sanchez, for example, who I don't even believe got selected by Portugal, he will get an upgrade if they win a game in the World Cup. And I think people are aware of that because this card continues to go up in price. 787,000 coins. I'll tell you what, I wasn't expecting to see him that expensive. That is crazy. And he is likely to go up to 85 rated with that upgrade. But I guess if you look at those stats, he's got 4-star, 4-star. It does make sense. Renato Sanchez is consistently one of the most overpowered cards in the games. But let's go ahead and take a look at Darwin Nunez, who just got an inform upgrade. He went to 86 overall on his card because he got his first upgrade with Liverpool wins, his second upgrade with the inform that just dropped and that we're trading with right now, and he's going to go to 87 rated as long as Uruguay win a single match in the World Cup, which is likely because they play in a group with Ghana, who is the lowest ranked team, although there is some history with those two teams. So I guess anything can happen. I just know that Uruguay are a pretty strong squad, and it's likely they'll win at least one match in the group stage, even if they get grouped, which I don't think they will. So Nunez is probably going to go to an 87 rated card. And what we've seen today is a huge rise because of that obvious inform upgrade, but I think there's more value to be had on this Nunez card because he's already at 93 pace, 83 dribbling, 86 shooting, and 90 physicality. Another +1 on that card. This card is becoming very, very cracked. I do believe the biggest issue with this card now is, well, he can't be explosive. He can only be controlled or lengthy. Now, there are still debates going on within the competitive players in the community saying, is lengthy actually that nerfed? Is explosive actually that boosted? Or are they just more balanced and we're just not used to it? And I haven't played much gameplay on Accelerate or on the new gen. I've been playing a lot of my games on old gen just because I feel like the gameplay is a little bit quicker and that suits my play style. But that is what everybody's been saying, and I think that that might be a reason why this card hasn't cracked 200,000 coins yet. But I'll tell you what, he's probably going to before Uruguay's first match in the World Cup. So it's a pretty safe investment to pick up him or a lot of the different dynamic players from ones to watch. Because even Lewandowski, if Poland do get a single win in the World Cup, he'll go to 93 rated. Sadio Mane could go to 92 rated, and dare I say, will go to 92 rated because Senegal will either beat Ecuador or Qatar. I mean, they've got to win at least one of those matches. I'm not expecting them to beat Netherlands, but they still could. Erling Haaland, not going to get an upgrade for the World Cup. You can probably ignore that ones to watch card for a few weeks. It's not going to be very active. Next, we've got Rudiger. Germany, probably going to win a game. They've got, I believe, Costa Rica is in their group. I believe Spain is in their group. And I know they have Japan, I believe, in their group. So I think they'll win at least one of those matches. So he's going to get an upgrade. Dybala and Argentina, one of the favorites of the tournament, probably going to get an upgrade. De Ligt are definitely going to get an upgrade. I can say that with 100% certainty right there. Raheem Sterling from England, probably going to get an upgrade. I don't see them choking against all three teams in Group B. It's just not going to happen. And then Di Maria was an SBC. Kessie was an SBC. Gabriel Jesus, Brazil are going to win a game. So that's an upgrade. Richarlison's an upgrade. Anthony's an upgrade. Chalmeni's going to get an upgrade. Schlotterbeck probably going to get an upgrade. Pershwine going to get an upgrade. Almost all of the ones to watch cards are going up. So pick your favorite and make some profit because they're all going to go up in rating and they're all going to go up in price into the hype. But I do want to stress the fact that you do need to sell in the hype if you want to guarantee your profits. Because if you don't sell into the hype for these cards, you are risking a lot of danger. And it's not a lot of return if you end up being right unless it's like a card that's not supposed to get upgraded. Now, if Senegal goes into the final match and it's really close, maybe you could gamble on that and hope they go through, and then he gets the upgrade and he might go up after. But for 95%, 99% of these games, you're going to want to sell beforehand, because if they win the game, they're probably not going to go up a ton more, but if they lose the game, they will crash in price a ton. And we saw this with Phil Foden with his road to the knockout card in the Champions League. Manchester City pretty much guaranteed to go through. Once people realized he wasn't going to get 2 upgrades on his card, he got panic sold, despite the fact that he was still going to get 1 upgrade. And that card rebounded right back up to being a very expensive card. But briefly, that card crashed in price, and it was over the dumbest panic of them all. Imagine if the panic was actually justified, how far those cards would go down. And that could definitely happen to one of the big nations. We always see a big nation get knocked out in the group stage, and in the past couple of World Cups, it's been the winner of the previous World Cup. In 2010, Italy had won the 2006 World Cup. They got knocked out. In 2014, Spain won the 2010 World Cup. They got knocked out. In 2018, Germany won the 2014 World Cup. They got knocked out of the group stage. Is it going to follow that pattern where France get knocked out of the group stage? I know they have Denmark, a very strong team. I don't know if they're going to get knocked out. We'll see. But just keep an eye on your chow menis, all right? That's all I'm saying. Next, let's go ahead and take a look at how much these cards have moved since we've looked at them at the beginning of the video. And if you've made it this far into the video, go ahead and type Moyes in the comments below. Moyes, first name of Moyes Keane. That'll be your secret comment of the day. I throw this in every video to see who are the real OG viewers that actually watch all the way through. And if you comment that down below, I'll know who they are, and I'll make sure to drop a heart on your comment. I appreciate you guys. So let's go ahead and see if Moyes Keane has moved at all since we looked at him last. And, well, there's one for 72K on an undercut I probably should have bought. But, no, he's still sitting at about 75K. There are less cards at 75K, it looks like. And I almost sniped one for 70,000 coins right now. But we're not looking to sell this hour. I'm going to hold for a couple more hours. Normally, they get to a peak around 4, maybe 3 p.m. UK time, which is about 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the USA in my time zone. That's normally when a lot of these cards peak. That's when a lot of the informs last week peaked. So that's probably when I'm going to sell. And we're in no rush to sell Teo Hernandez, but I'm still probably going to, because I want to have coins liquid so that I can pick up some Path to Glory cards here on Thursday. So we're going to look for some opportunities to pick up some of those cheaper Path to Glory cards on Thursday, but make sure you're watching out for some of the cards that make sense with the new meta. Of course, the main topic of today's video was the big change in price on cards that were not lengthy. So Angel Correa, this was a card that I actually traded with a couple days ago. He dropped to 26,000 coins. And I thought that was too big of a drop, so I bought a bunch of them, and I sold him all for 31,000 coins. And I thought that was a good move. I made my profit. The next day, they changed the gameplay with the lengthy cards, and look at him now. Look at him now. I wish I would have held for another 24 hours, because I would have made so many more coins on that card. You win some, you lose some. Well, I guess I didn't lose, but in theory, I could have made a lot more coins, and I am a little bit disappointed in that. But at least we're making those coins on the Teo Hernandez. But look at that. I mean, a card that's explosive. We see how much that this game has been changed, and the market has been changed. And to everybody holding your lengthy players like Eric Cantona or anybody else who has crashed in price, RIP. There's nothing we could have done about that one. There's nothing you could have done about that one. EA kind of screwed you right there. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. And do not forget to check out my socials down below. I always post trades on Twitter that are active, so you can turn on the notifications there and see what I'm trading with at all times. If I think there's something good to buy, you guys can get in on that as well. And then check out my Twitch channel. I'll be live there this week a few times, so make sure to check in the live streams. You guys can ask questions live. You can interact, have some some fun. Those links down below. And that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.